You know, every year Berkshire Hathaway puts out an annual report, but the one from 2014, that one was special. It was the 50th anniversary of Warren Buffett's leadership, and he didn't just give the year's numbers. He basically laid out the entire blueprint for one of the greatest stories of value creation we've ever seen.
And wow, what a story it is. From 1964 to 2014, the gain in Berkshire's per-share market value was, get this, 1,826,163%. No, that is not a typo. That's the mind-bending power of 50 years of compounding.
Okay, so that number just hangs in the air, right? It immediately makes you ask, how? How is that even possible? What's the secret sauce? Well, that 2014 letter is more than a report, it's a masterclass. So let's deconstruct that blueprint, starting right at the foundation of how they think.
To really get Berkshire, you have to kind of throw out some of the usual ways of thinking. It all starts with how they measure what a company is truly worth. And, spoiler alert, it's not what you'll find on a typical balance sheet.
This right here is one of the most critical ideas. On one side, you've got book value. That's the official number, the accounting value, what the business is worth on paper. But Buffett says the number that really matters is intrinsic value. The best way to think of it is intrinsic value is a guess, a good guess, of all the cash a business is going to spit out for its owners over its entire lifetime. It's not the paper worth, it's the real-world economic firepower.
And this is exactly why that difference is so important. As Berkshire started buying whole companies instead of just stocks, that gap between the paper value and the real value just got wider and wider. Why? Well, because those amazing companies they bought are stuck on the books at their original price, even though they're now worth way, way more.
So, if the name of the game is to grow that real intrinsic value year after year, how do you do it? Well, that brings us to the second pillar of their blueprint, a really simple but incredibly powerful two-part approach to ownership. They have two main moves. Path number one, they buy a fantastic business completely, lock, stock, and barrel, like the giant BNSF Railroad. Path number two, they buy a big chunk, but not all, of another fantastic publicly traded company. This gives them twice the opportunity to find smart places to put their cash to work. It's brilliant. And here are the all-stars from that 2014 report. These were their big four, the cornerstones of their portfolio: American Express, Coca-Cola, IBM, and Wells Fargo. Now, Berkshire didn't run the day-to-day of these companies, but you better believe they owned a huge piece of these incredible, long-lasting businesses.
And this quote just nails the whole philosophy, doesn't it? It's classic Buffett. Don't settle for owning a mediocre business just so you can be the boss. The goal is to partner with excellence, even if you only own a slice. It's all about quality over control. But here's what's so great about this report. It's not just a highlight reel. It is brutally honest. Being a wonderful business doesn't mean you're perfect. In 2014, BNSF had major service problems that let customers down. So what was the response? No excuses. Just a massive, record-breaking $6 billion investment to fix the problems.
Okay, so you might be wondering, where does the money for a $6 billion fix-it job or for buying these huge companies even come from? Well, a massive part of that answer is the financial engine at the very heart of Berkshire, the magic of what's called insurance flow.
Back in 2014, that engine was running on this number, $84 billion. And here is the absolute kicker. That's money that doesn't even belong to Berkshire. So what on earth is float? It's actually a pretty simple idea. Insurance companies collect all our premiums up front, right? But they only pay out the claims much, much later, if at all. That pile of cash they get to hold on to in the meantime, that's float. And this is where the magic happens. Berkshire's insurance operations are run so well that they're profitable all on their own. This means they get this massive $84 billion pool of other people's money to invest for themselves, and it costs them nothing. It's literally like getting a giant interest-free loan from their customers that they use to fuel the entire empire.
But look, numbers and clever financial structures, that's just the hardware. The real operating system, the thing that makes it all work, is the culture. And that might be the most important part of the whole blueprint.
I mean, just look at this. This is it. That's the entire world headquarters staff. In 2014, Berkshire had over 340,000 employees around the globe, and it was all managed by just 25 people in Omaha. That's not a company, it's more like a federation.
And it's built on a radical idea: trust. So, how is that even possible? It works because everything is built on this foundation: a culture of making rational decisions, not emotional ones, having incredible patience, treating your managers and your shareholders like true partners, and always thinking about the long run.
And nothing, I mean nothing, captures that culture better than this quote from the report. It's a deep sense of duty. It's about protecting what shareholders have given them at all costs. The goal isn't just to win, it's to make sure you can never suffer a catastrophic loss.
So, when you boil it all down, the Berkshire blueprint isn't just about investing money. It's a mindset. It's the difference between renting a stock for a little while and truly being a part owner of a business. And this 50-year story kind of leaves all of us with a pretty simple question to ask ourselves: what's our time frame?